It's Madden NFL 23, and the focus of this one is on Odell Beckham Jr. He's been a quarterback's best friend, nearing 1,300 yards receiving on the year. It's the Saints and the Vikings, next on Madden Football.
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 44. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Mixon with a first down carry. Nifty move.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Again, it's Mixon. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Winston. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes, right side. 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. A fumble return, and a Saint touchdown. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Play fake. Winston. He's got the connection to Moore. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. He'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks, giving a yard up to the 42. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. B.J. Hill drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some space here. Touchdown, New Orleans. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. To Mixon on the check down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Winston. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Mixon. Always got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. That pass complete to Moore. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 11 now. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time, you serve notice to the rest.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. Remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
On third down, Winston. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That is complete downfield to Knox.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Now, hang on. We got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
The Saints at 12-4 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Mixon will go off tackle left, down to about the 45.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
To throw is Winston. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down. Winston. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Butker's kick here is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here, Winston. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
They can all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, it's Pollard. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Waddle from 3 yards out. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Stop by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go play action. Winston. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mixing up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Winston now. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First down, Winston.
right back to Tony. He's got another one. Touchdown, Vikings! Kadarius Toney, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Jackson. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. Up the middle, Nwangu. Room here to run. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. They go play action now. Jackson. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. Got him in. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Touchdown! DJ Chark, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me to that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's...
It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and that is incomplete here. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Well, he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Bunker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
And it Dortch elects not to return it. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Six yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Backed up here.
tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. He's got a man. Complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jameis now on first down. Open man right side is Tony. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. To throw again on second down. Winston. That's complete downfield to James. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's once again complete to Chark. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. To throw again is Jackson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. On third down, Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Taken from about the 12. Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for New Orleans,
a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down.
and now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Vikings,
They will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign.
and this is a team that has a few good pieces in place but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.